we will start now the last part of our interview. So there will be a few questions from VolleyTime board members. Okie dokie. So the first one, imagine you're the head coach of Polish national team. Who would you pick to the Olympics and why?
This is the answer that we'll get in every Polish volleyball site, yeah?
Probably.
I don't think I can't in this. No, what's the best way to say this?
Come on, no easy answers, please.
No, there are a lot of good Polish players. There are 16, 18 guys that would be in the Olympic team for sure. And the most important, especially when you have a big group of players, and you have to find the group that works the best together. And it's not only about who is the best 12 players, because it's about the team, it's about the group, and maybe the fourth receiver or the fourth some position, the last position, maybe it's more important that he is a good guy for the team than that he is the best at something. So this is not the decision that I can make, because I'm not inside the team, and I know that this is important for Vital, how the team functions, and so I give my trust to Vital for the Polish national team. He has never let us down.
Okay, so it's a bit twisted answer, but I will accept it. Okay, so the second thing is from my friend Dave. Dear coach, so how do you think who will win the game? So the 12 top players, 12 guys, but without chemistry on the court, against 12 average players with super chemistry, with maybe friendship on the court. So how do you think who would win this game?
The chemistry is really important. I believe this, and it's not only which players that you have, it's how they play together. But the friendship is not important to be friends. What's important is how you understand each other in the game. And a team that has this kind of understanding of how to play together, how to work together, how to sacrifice also, because this is important to give someone else a better opportunity, to take risks, because a lot of people don't like to take risks, because then everybody can be pointing at you. If you have a team like this, you can win a lot of games against players who are against teams who have better players. There are clubs that whose tactic or whose strategy for building the team is to collect players, and if I have 10 good players, then I have to win. But I don't think that this is you can win like this, but of course you can't guarantee everything and anything. And the team with great chemistry will win more matches because of this.
because of this kind of connection. Okay, so you're a head coach in two Polish clubs, Jastrzębski Węgiel and Aluron Warta Zawiercie. So we got the two separate questions about the time in Jastrzębie and the time in Zawiercie. So maybe the first question will be about Jastrzębski Węgiel. So how do you remember these years in Jastrzębie?
Jastrzębie, I was there 2 times. It's where I was working when I met my wife. It's close to my home, so I always have a very special feeling in the club. It's maybe of all the clubs I worked with, it's the one that I feel the closest emotional contact with. I always had a really great relationship with the fans there. I always felt like I always felt really well supported by them. So I had a really wonderful time in the club and in the city.
Okay, what about Zawiercie? You have spent there 1.5 years. So the first year was very special for a club's history. The fourth place, the highest place in the club's history. So how do you remember that time? So was it special? So did you feel special in Zawiercie because of a crowd, this freaky crowd? It was wow. It was something like wow. To be honest, when I saw it, when I watched it in TV, and I saw this small court with a fully crowded, it was like wow. These guys makes an atmosphere.
Zawiercie is a different kind of club with a smaller history, of course, and you know that the history makes a difference in the feeling, in the kind of in the relationships, and I really enjoyed the time in Zawiercie. I really enjoyed working with the president, with the guys that he has, that he brought together to build the club. I think this model of club organization with the private sponsor, I think is the best way forward for Polish volleyball and to grow Polish volleyball. So I'm really hopeful that he will continue with the project and can keep building the club.
Okay. So I get two more questions, and one from me, for myself. Arash Dosange. So my friend has asked about Arash. What about him? So is he still a big hope, or does he have a chance to be a super setter or a top level setter, or it's already a dead end, or he's already because he's already gone from Plusliga. So do you think that the Plusliga was Plusliga's level was too high for him?
So much depends on the timing that you arrive in each moment in the career, and for sure it's not a dead end. This is not 100% not correct. He played with the national team. I think he played at a very high level. We had really good performances, and you can't say that he was playing with big stars also. So he showed what he can do in a good situation with support from the club and the team. So I think that he's not. I think he is not finished. For sure, he is not finished. He's still 23. He has a long way to go, and I'm sure that we will see him. We will see more of him in the future.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so how do you predict the first three teams at the end of this Plusliga season?
I think the first two are Kędzierzyn and Jastrzębie. I think that they play a level that is different from the other teams. Kędzierzyn is one level. Jastrzębie is not quite so stable, but I think maybe they have more possibilities. They have a deeper team, so they have better quality on the bench. After that, I think it can be any of 5 teams. I think, but the team that I think is playing the best this season from the rest is Gdansk.
Yeah, is it a big surprise for you?
Yes, probably it's a surprise. It's not a surprise the way they played, because Janusz was there already last year and they played well last year, but that they are playing this kind of volleyball, but also really successful and beating most of the teams except the top ones, is a little bit of a surprise, and especially the level that they could play when Vlaswi was injured or sick, and also when Mika has been injured, so that they can keep the same level even when they were changing players in the team.
Yeah. Okay. So how do you think is this a good information that the managers starting to play their games in the middle of the season? So we had already rumors about Bento Nuti that he will join Jastrzębski Węgiel next season. We have heard rumors about Mika Christensen. So do you think? We don't know in Plusliga which team will play in playoffs, or if we will have playoffs, because we know that we are still in the pandemic. But do you think this is a right way to manage the players, that in the middle of the season they know exactly that they will play in another team? Or so if for example, when you had, or if you had this kind of situation, so did you see the lack of confidence, or the player has changed his behavior, attitude, if he knew exactly that he will not be a part of the project in the next season?
I don't know if it's the best way to work for this season. It might be the best way to work for next season. The club is always has to be thinking about more than this season.
Yes.
From the coach's perspective, it's really difficult. I don't want to be thinking about this so early. I want to be focusing on my guys, on my players, my team, trying to get the most out of them. I've never been in a situation where, certainly not this time of the year, that players knew that they were leaving the club. It's normal for players to sign maybe in December or January for the same club to prolong the contract. But to sign the contract for the next team is I never had this experience. So the players are professional. They want to win. For sure, it's not perfect, but I don't think that it has to change the game, the league, the competition.
Okay, so dear coach, I have the last question. It will be from me. How do you think? Because we know exactly that we heard the rumors as well that there are a few clubs in the Polish league. They have financial problems, and even if Poland is double world champion, we got one of the best league in the world. So, there are still clubs in the highest league in our country. They have financial problems. So how do you think what people can do to make the volleyball in Poland more profitable?
I think the Polish the clubs and the clubs, basically, they can do a better job of selling themselves and the league. I think that the product, and we are in a kind of business that the product of volleyball has a much higher worth than we sell it for. That we are and this is not only in Poland, this is actually everywhere, but Poland is a really good example because it's a part of Polish culture. Volleyball is really important sport in Poland, and every match is on TV, and it's in the newspapers and the sport newspapers. The clubs and the sponsors are really well known in the society, but we sell that for, I think, not what it's worth. I think that our product and our value and our the attention that we get is worth more than we sell it for.
So do you think that the clubs should looking maybe international capital for to build better teams? Do you think this is a good way?
I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure about, but I'm sure that there are more opportunities with private sponsors.
Okay.
So okay. I know that most of the clubs are sponsored by state companies or cities, and it's only a couple of clubs that really have significant sponsors from the private companies, and I think this has to be the future. This has to be where volleyball can grow.
Okay, so you said once Poland is my home and Plus Liga is great league. Why should I leave it? So you still want to stay with us?
I have not. There's nothing that happened to change my opinion about this.
Yeah. Okay. So, Coach, it was my last question. Thank you for the interview. I hope you will stay as long as you want and as long as the Plus Liga exists. And hope to see you soon on the bench. And I will support you. Yeah, it will be a pleasure to meet you in the near future. And when all this pandemic will gone, hopefully to meet you. And we can have a high five. Thank you very much for your time. And what can I wish you for our next year? So all the best and stay healthy.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for the call, and I hope to see you and everybody else soon.
Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
You too.